الحمد لله الحمد لله الذي أحاط بكل شيء علما وقضى بما يريد حكمة وحكما أنعم بالنعم ابتلاء وامتحانا وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ذو الجلال والإكرام وأشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله أفضل الأنام ومصباح الظلام اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد فيا عباد الله اتقوا الله حيثما كنتم فإن الله يعلم سركم وعلانيتكم. Blessed Friday Jumaat rahimakumullah. Let us strive to cultivate taqwa in a true sense of the word. Let us abstain from his prohibitions and fulfill his commandments. May we be placed among his servants who are successful in this world and the hereafter. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. My dear Jama'ah rahimakumullah. Today is the first day of the month of Syaaban. Syaaban is a reminder that Ramadan is just around the corner. Subhanallah. How fast time flies. Without realizing it, we are now closer to ushering in the blessed month of Ramadan. Syaaban is the month in which we are taught to humble ourselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Throughout the years, we continue to enjoy the blessings and love from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala despite our shortcomings. Despite our shortcomings, Allah's love and mercy for us continues. From the last Syaaban to today, we have aged by a year. But what are the improvements that we have achieved in terms of our acts of worship in this time? Are we performing acts of worship in the same spirit and zealousness that we had during the last Ramadan? Did the spirit of performing acts of worship continue after Ramadan, or did it waver and diminish? Throughout this month, the Friday sermons have been focusing on cleansing our hearts from blameworthy traits. Thus, as the closing sermon for this month, let us discuss another trait that we should cleanse from our hearts from, in the hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Almighty, will accept our acts of worship. Let us reflect upon these verses from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تبطلوا صدقاتكم بالمن والأذى كالذي ينفق ماله رئاء الناس ولا يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فمثله كمثل صفوان عليه تراب فأصابه وابل فتركه صلدا لا يقدرون على شيء مما كسبوا والله لا يهدي القوم الكافرين. صدق الله العظيم. The meaning: O you who have attained faith, do not invalidate your charities by stressing your own benevolence and hurting the feelings of the needy, as does one who spends his wealth only to be seen and praised by men, and believes not in God and the last day. His parable is like that of a smooth rock with earth upon it, and then rainstorm smites it and leaves it hard and bare. Such as these shall have no gain whatever from all their good works, for God does not guide people who refuse to acknowledge the truth. Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 264. Jama'ah rahimakumullah. In the affirmation verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us to always be careful of Riya or boastfulness, because it is a trait that will erase the positive outcomes from performing the acts of worship. Just like rain that falls on a rock covered in dirt, boastfulness will wash away the dirt from the rock. That is the effect of boastfulness towards our good deeds. It washes away and erases the rewards of our actions to the point that they are rendered pointless. Imagine a person who has made a donation and performed good deeds, yet his actions do not account for any rewards in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because they were not done out of sincerity, but with boastfulness and arrogance. In a hadith reported by Imam Muslim, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned about a group of people whose deeds will not be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, despite the fact that amongst them stands a martyr, shaheed, a person who teaches knowledge to others, and a reciter, qari of the Quran, and a philanthropist. This is due to their ulterior motives for doing these deeds, which was to be praised by others and to gain name for themselves. Currently, Jamaah rahimahullah, what is meant by Riya? Imam al-Hafiz Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani said, Riya is to display a certain act of worship with the aim of it being seen by other people, and then these people will praise the person performing the deed. In other words, a person is seen as Riya when there are two things in his actions. Firstly, it is done with the aim of it being displayed or seen by others, and secondly, it is done with the aim of getting others to praise his actions. Blessed Jama'ah rahimahullah. There is, however, a difference between those who are showing off, yani Riya, and those who share their deeds with the aim of inspiring others to do the same. Today's modern world has seen the power of digital tools that none of us are strangers to. The power to share and broadcast on social media platforms such as Instagram and Facebook and various internet sites. However, we should take note to not be quick to judge others who share their acts of goodness, such as feeding and helping the poor during Ramadan, via these social media sites as people who are boastful. This is because sincerity is a secret between the slave and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is because sincerity is a secret between the slave and Allah. In fact, we cannot deny that there are positive effects of sharing these good deeds, because it can inspire others to do the same and or get more people on board to help and contribute to the efforts. This is especially useful when there is a need to source for mass support. Let us look at the companions, the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, how they competed and rushed to perform acts of goodness and spread mercy to others. For example, they will be inspired to donate when they see their fellow companions doing so, such as Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu. He donated large amounts of money. His actions drove many companions to do the same. Beloved Jama'ah rahimahullah, let us ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us sincerity in our deeds and our efforts. May we be protected from Riya and Takabbur. May we be granted pure hearts, hearts that are guarded from all sorts of blameworthy traits that He dislikes. And may we be given a long life in good health to be able to celebrate the blessed month of Ramadan. Insha'Allah. Ameen. Ya Rabbal Alameen. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Qur'anil Azim. ونفعني وإياكم بما فيه من الآيات والذكر الحكيم وتقبل مني ومنكم تلاوته إنه هو السميع العليم. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين المؤمنين والمؤمنات واستغفروا فيا فوز المستغفرين ويا نجاة التائبين